Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. I'm sorry that we don't have church today. I'm thankful that the storm hasn't been as bad as expected, and we're praying for our neighbors who may have suffered damage. But I just wanted to remind you about the lessons we've been talking about in Sunday school. We've talked about creation and how God created this marvelous world for us to enjoy. And our Bible verse was Genesis 1:1. Can you remember it? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And we certainly have seen God's power and glory this weekend, haven't we? And then we talked about how sin entered the world and brought suffering into our lives. And we talked about the Bible verse Ephesians 2:8. Because even though sin entered our world, God loved us and provided a way of salvation through His Son Jesus. Can you say Ephesians 2:8 with me? For by grace are you saved through faith, and it's not your own doing, it's the gift of God. And what a wonderful gift He's given us, one that we can share with others. That was what we talked about last week when we talked about why wait and the Louisiana State Mission offering. And we talked about how Jesus even took time to care for the Samaritan woman, and He challenged us in John chapter 4 verse 35. He said, why wait, for they are ready. And a couple of ways we can help our neighbor know Him. Well, one big way is by praying for our neighbors, and also invite them to the Fall Festival we're having October 29th. That's a trunk or treat and a cakewalk and a hayride, door prizes. It's from 4 to 6. And we want you to dress up in a hero costume, one of your favorite heroes. Or it also could be a first responder, like a cop or a doctor, fire chief. Think of a special hero in your life or a first responder, and we'll have a costume contest, okay? Then one other thing I want to say is that I have a couple of review questions for you, and if you can answer these questions, I will give you a sticker for each one on your folder when I see you again, okay? And so my first question is, what did God create on the fourth day? Do you know? You can find the answer in Genesis chapter 1, okay? And then my second question comes from the 10 Commandments. And what is the fourth commandment? Do you know the fourth commandment? You can find the answer to that in the Old Testament book, Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 through 11. Do you know the answer without looking? Finally, my third question is, what's the 2 greatest commandments? Do you know those? That you can find in the New Testament book, Mark chapter 12, verses 30 through 31. See if you can find those answers and come back next week and tell me, or you can even give me a phone call and tell me. Plus, I will send you a link with the song for Love the Lord Your God. Oop. I'm giving away the answer. I'm sending you a link with the video that we sing for the 2 greatest commandments. Oh, do you know what it is now? I've given you a hint. See you soon.